The buzz surrounding this team's incoming rookie class is officially reaching a fever pitch as training camp draws closer, and national analysts are already throwing major labels on these young players before they even strap on the pads. The front office put on an absolute masterclass during the selection process, but the latest evaluation from major sports media has left the entire fanbase completely divided over one specific defensive back. It is time to rank every single rookie weapon on this roster based on the absolute chaos they are about to unleash on the field this season. If you want to stay ahead of the game with the most explosive football coverage on the internet, do not wait another second, hit that like button, share this video with your fellow diehard fans, and smash that subscribe button right now to join the inner circle. Are we seriously looking at a hidden superstar who is about to break the defensive rotation wide open, or is the media completely overhyping a player who will barely see the field on Sundays? The national media recently dropped jaws across the league by naming our fifth-round defensive back, Kamari Ramsey, as one of the top 10 absolute biggest draft steals in the entire country. Hearing a major sports outlet label a late-round safety as an elite sleeper is bound to get any fan's adrenaline pumping, but we have to look at the cold, hard reality of this depth chart. Ramsey is coming off a final collegiate season at USC where his coverage metrics were solid but not entirely mind-blowing, allowing 19 completions on 30 targets for a couple of scores, alongside 2 pass breakups. If you rewind the tape to the previous season, however, his production was utterly electric, racking up 60 tackles, 5.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and forcing multiple turnovers. The front office clearly fell in love with that explosive tape, especially considering they drafted his collegiate teammate, Jalen Smith, just a year prior. The national analysts are arguing that this coaching staff has maintained a flawless, 100% hit rate when evaluating defensive backs like Jalen Petra, Kamari Lassiter, Kalen Bullock, and Derek Stingley Jr. They believe the head coach's aggressive defensive system is the perfect catalyst to turn a versatile safety with nickelback potential into an absolute diamond in the rough. There is no denying the raw talent is there, and grabbing a guy with this much upside in the 5th round is phenomenal value, but expecting him to make a massive splash immediately is a massive stretch. This secondary is widely considered the absolute number 1 defensive back unit in the entire league, and after adding Reed Blankenship in free agency, this defense officially secured the final piece to its championship puzzle. With a star-studded lineup completely blocking the path to the field, the raw opportunities for a late-round rookie to log meaningful defensive snaps are almost entirely non-existent. This brings us to our official question of the day, and I want to hear from every single one of you down in the comments section. Which rookie are you most passionately excited to watch unleash hell on the field this season, and do you think the media is right about our 5th-round safety being a hidden superstar? Drop your thoughts below, let the debates rage, and let me know exactly who you are backing. To fully understand how this rookie class will shake out, we have to look at the official impact meter, starting right at the bottom with offensive lineman Felix Nwoko. Let me be completely clear, placing Nwoko at number 8 has absolutely nothing to do with a lack of talent, because snagging him in the 4th round was an absolute robbery. The problem is that the starting offensive line is completely locked down with veteran talent, leaving him no clear path to the starting lineup. With established stars holding down the guard positions and reliable veterans anchoring the tackle spots, Nwoko is entering a developmental year where his main objective will be to absorb the playbook and grow into a future anchor. Right above him at number 7 is the heavily discussed safety, Kamari Ramsey. While the national media might be completely infatuated with his long-term upside, his realistic contribution this season is going to be heavily restricted to the 3rd phase of the game. He has the perfect athletic profile to become an absolute weapon on kickoff and punt coverage teams, which will give him a chance to show his grit. Barring an absolute catastrophe in terms of injuries to our premier starters, Ramsey will be watching the majority of the defensive snaps from the sideline, waiting for his moment to shine in the future. Moving up to the 6th spot, linebacker Aiden Fisher is sitting in a much more fascinating position than your typical late-round selection. History shows that 7th-round draft picks usually face a brutal uphill battle just to crack the final 53-man roster, often getting relegated to the practice squad. Fisher, however, was the heart and soul of an Indiana defense that just captured a national championship, demonstrating elite football IQ and leadership traits that made the coaching staff ecstatic when he fell to the final round. Because the defensive scheme heavily utilizes a dynamic alignment that requires fast, intelligent linebackers, an unfortunate injury to veteran E.J. Speed has opened the door just a crack. If Fisher can carry that championship pedigree into training camp, he has a legitimate shot to surprise everyone and earn early defensive reps. At number 5, we find a scenario that is genuinely frustrating for the entire coaching staff and the fans alike: tight end Marlon Klein. There is no sugarcoating it. Hearing that a highly touted second-round pick has been completely sidelined during early team workouts with nagging soft tissue injuries is a massive disappointment. Klein possesses all the physical tools to be a devastating mismatch on the field, but his absence has allowed free agent acquisition Foster Moreau to completely run away with the secondary tight end duties. The coaching staff is already raving about how incredibly sharp Moreau has looked, which firmly cements him as the primary complement to our starting tight end. The offensive game plan definitely calls for heavy formations utilizing multiple tight end sets, but Klein's early health struggles have placed him firmly on the back burner for the time being. Breaking into the top 4, wide receiver Lewis Bond is quietly positioned to be the ultimate wild card of this entire offensive unit. The wide receiver room is arguably one of the deepest and most talented groups in the league, meaning Bond is not going to walk in and demand a top 3 target share right away. He is coming off a phenomenal collegiate campaign at Boston College where he eclipsed 1,000 receiving yards, proving he can be a dominant playmaker when the ball is in his hands. Given the unfortunate reality that several key pass catchers on this roster have battled significant injuries in recent years, Bond's reliability could become crucial much sooner than anyone anticipates. Taking the number 3 spot on the impact meter is linebacker Wade Woodaz, a player who is bound to make college football purists absolutely ecstatic. The front office made it explicitly clear on draft night that they view this former safety-turned-linebacker as an absolute heat-seeking missile for the special teams unit. Standing at a towering frame with exceptional sideline-to-sideline speed, Woodaz has the perfect athletic makeup to replicate the high-impact trajectory of elite special teams players from years past. His versatility means he will be flying down the field causing absolute wreckage on coverage units from day one, with a very high probability of eventually forcing his way into the regular defensive rotation. Sitting dynamically at number 2 is the powerhouse defensive tackle out of Ohio State, Caden McDonald. Under normal circumstances, a defensive weapon of this caliber would be an undisputed number 1, but this coaching staff absolutely loves to implement a heavy defensive line rotation to keep their pass rushers completely fresh. McDonald is going to be an immediate force on running downs, using his massive frame to completely clog up running lanes and disrupt opposing offenses. The only major question mark surrounding his game is whether he can develop into a true 3-down threat, as his college tape showed he still needs refinement as a pure pass rusher. On critical third-and-long situations, expect the defense to rotate in proven interior rushers while McDonald continues to refine his ability to collapse the pocket. That leaves us with the absolute number 1, undisputed king of the rookie impact meter, offensive lineman Keelan Rutledge. The front office showed exactly how highly they value his elite talent by aggressively trading up in the first round of the draft to secure his services. The expectations are astronomical, and quite frankly, it would be a massive disappointment if Rutledge does not completely lock down a starting position on the interior line before the opening week kickoff. He is the definitive crown jewel of this draft class, possessing the nastiness and technical execution required to elevate this blocking unit to a championship caliber. He is the ultimate rookie to watch, and his performance will dictate the success of the entire offense. That wraps up our deep dive into this spectacular rookie class, so make sure to keep the energy going down in the comments, and keep your eyes locked right here for exclusive, unfiltered football coverage all year long.